Aloha, love family. So, in this beautiful and sacred passageway, it's also a massive passageway for physical body ascension, right? So, it's one thing to ascend our consciousness, and it's a whole different ballgame to ascend our physical body, right? We've got to take our whole physical body through up into the heavenly realms with us. And so, our physical body goes through so much to be able to embody more light, right? And in order to embody more light, we need to clear all of the old energy, all the old, I've been calling it gunk lately, old gunk, old density, old energy, old programs, whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of stuff in our body that's not of the purest vibration, and that needs to go. And so, what I wanted to come and discuss right now is how can you proactively support your light body, right? So many of us have been trained and conditioned to be reactive to everything, right? And so that applies to supporting our light body, right? As a human, I used to be reactive in supporting my light body. So only when I had no light, or, I was going through so much physical body discomfort inside, would I, do the things that truly supported my light body. And so if you can use, my journey as an example of what not to do, you can then begin prioritizing, okay, how can I be proactive, right? How can I show up? How can I wake up in the morning and ask my light body, how can I support you right now? What do you need? What can I do for you, right? And begin a dialogue or continue a dialogue. Hopefully everyone who's watching this already has a dialogue going on, right? But if you're new to this, begin a dialogue, begin asking your light body what it needs. How can you support it? Right. As you support your light body every day, right? When we get, when big solar storms come through or geomagnetic storms come through, and, there's so much light coming through our bodies, that's usually when the intensity intensifies. And if we've been supporting our light bodies all the way, we can also sort of support our light bodies more when those solar storms come through, and or even prior to them coming through, if we're paying attention and in tune, right? Like as a higher self aspect, we live from the future, so we can feel it inside. We can feel something big is coming. We might not know what it is, right? But if we can feel like something big is coming, we can then prioritize, okay, maybe I need to spend a lot more energy loving my light body, supporting my light body, a lot more leading up to, so that it supports moving through, and it supports clearing the body of old stuff so that the light can move freely, right? A lot of the discomfort in the body is the density in our body is so dense that when the light comes through and it tries to move, it gets stuck. And that stuckness, that stuck energy can be very uncomfortable. It can be excruciatingly painful at times, for all of us in different parts of the journey and different parts of our body. And so it's important to realize and honor, oh, okay, the physical discomfort is light, not, light being stuck and not being able to move. How can I support the light in moving through my body, right? And a few things that really support me, just to give you guys some ideas to play with, right? One of them, and I've shared this several times, yet it's these yoga tune-up balls. And I have them on my website on the LightBody Fitness Tools. But I use them up and down my spine, right? Our kundalini. A lot of energy is trapped and stuck along the spine, right? And our spine is our information center. And so I find myself doing these lately. I've been doing them like sometimes once or twice a day, other times like 2, 3, 4 times a week. It just depends. And sometimes I use them a lot more, and sometimes I use them less. But these are something that I've been using a lot more lately in the last several years to really support clearing the energy along the spine, And as I do it, I can feel my vibrational frequency raise. I can feel the gunk sort of clearing, the tenseness in the muscles around the spine. I can feel them relaxing and opening up so that the light can move freely through it. So that's like my favorite tool ever. And it's actually really easy to make. There's a link on my website to a company that I'm not affiliated with at all. If you wanted to go, get something like that, you can also make it on your own. So I've been using these for like 25 years. And these didn't exist way back then. So one of my mentors actually took 2 tennis balls and literally just put them together and then wrapped them in duct tape. And so I've used those for years as well. So they're really easy to make and really easy accessible as well. So that's one of my favorite things, especially to help relieve the pressure in the upper back and the cervical spine, and in the head as well. It helps just to kind of move the energy up and out. I also use it on my lumbar spine, but a lot less than my upper. And again, everyone is different in terms of where they need more support. A few other tools that I use, one is a bath. Water, when we look at water, water helps with the gravity, right? Hot Epsom salt baths, the heat supports relaxing the muscles so that the body can soften, right? So when, tons of light, is being released in our bodies, right? Sometimes our bodies can like lock down and tighten. And it's just because when things get uncomfortable, our body tends to kind of go into this like safety mechanism of, oh, let's lock down, let's, it feels our body's consciousness has a mind of its own. Our body's consciousness can feel threatened, right? Like our ego is threatened by light, our body's consciousness can be threatened by the massive amounts of light coming through. And so we have to retrain our body's consciousness and our nervous system to allow the light in, right? And if we can remember that we are pure light, right? We're light beings, that can support, because we can't fear what we are, right? So it's like we're becoming one and whole again with our own light. And we just need to learn to have our body soften and relax and let go. And so a hot Epsom salt bath really supports that for me personally. You have to find what supports you. I find it's really easy for like the body to surrender and soften and relax. And then I can feel the chakras and all the vortexes in the body just open up. And it's like a breath of fresh air. And then it's like your body can kind of melt and relax and open up again and receive the light coming through and open up to allow the light to move through our bodies. A few other things that support is being out on Gaia, right? Walking out on Gaia barefoot, take your feet up, shoes off, listening to the birds or smelling the flowers or looking up at the sky and the clouds. One of my favorite things to do is just to lay on my back on Gaia, and just let go, right? To feel fully supported by Gaia. Usually my arms and my legs are out, kind of like a snow angel, but just like I'm not moving. It's just like a deep inhale with Gaia to relax and let go of all that I've been holding on to. So if that supports you in any way, it's a really good one for people who don't feel supported. You can feel the support of Gaia underneath you and hold you. And that's been really supportive as well along my journey. Let's see, tools to support the light body. High frequencies, right? Listening to ultra high frequencies. I can put a link to another free YouTube tune track, whatever you want to call it, underneath this as well. I don't know if I believe you can do that, to support. So our body has vibrational frequency and our brain has vibrational frequency. And what I've learned on this journey is that our brain's vibrational frequency needs support in raising and getting the the words are getting the head out of the clouds, but that's not true. We actually want to bring the vibrational frequency of the head into the heavens, into the clouds, and out of the root, out of the survival, out of the depths of the stuff. And so listening to high frequency hertz supports the brain's vibration, vibrational frequency and shifting. So that can support as well. Other things support, like dance, right? Turn on some music that really uplifts and inspires you and, you know, brings your smile forth, and just dance like no one's watching, right? I love to like just close my eyes and sing along and dance. And, you know, the great thing about this, and something that I've learned on this journey, is to let go of, you know, I grew up dancing, and we had like strict, like things that you had to do for like ballet, tap, and jazz, but you had to move your body a certain way. Like, let all of that stuff go, let all the rules go, let all of the ways that you believe that you should look or do or whatever, and just dance and let your body move and flow to the music, right? See how your body needs to move, because it's just about moving energy, right? It's not about the actual dancing, it's about moving the energy, and raising your vibrational frequency. And so that can be a really fun way. It's one of my favorite ways to help move energy. So play with that as well. And there's lots of others, but just hopefully these few will help to get you started in really exploring different ways that you can support your light body. You know, obviously different foods and drinks and tinctures and all that stuff support your light body as well. But I just wanted to give you a few to get started to play with today, to really be proactive in supporting your body, and don't just react and do and support your light body when you're in physical pain or discomfort, or you feel like you've been run into the ground. See if you can really support your light body every day in different ways. Some days it's going to be a little bit, some days it's going to be a lot. It could be sprinkled throughout the day. Don't get attached or fixed to one way or another. Just be so deeply connected inside and in tune with the frequencies that are going on, that you can shift and move and navigate all the responsibilities and things that you have going on in your life, so that you can show up for those. But first, we need to be able to show up for ourselves and our light body and raise our vibrational frequency, so we can be of service in a much higher way, a much more aligned way, when we're full, when our vibrational frequency is the highest that we can transmit out into the world. And so hopefully this supports. I love you, and go play with all the amazing ways that you can support your light body, and feel free to share what you love and what really supports you down below as well in the comments. All right. Love you.